It is Wednesday the 6th of June 2018. As you can see, I'm starting to put on the bee suit because we have another swarm. Slightly unexpected because it's from one of the hives that we have here on the far side allotment, which is there. And those two hives have already swarmed. So when I came onto the allotment a few minutes ago, I saw in the tree, I saw the cluster, the swarm in the tree, but although it's quite some height off the ground, we think that, relatively speaking, this one is going to be quite easy to capture. So there it is, all hanging out, ready for me to snip the branch off and capture. Now, ideally, if we can capture it in one go in a box, that will make life so much easier. However, life is never that easy. So, there it is in all its beauty. So quite a few thousand bees there, ready to be rehoused. Well, that is where it was. David stood on the chair with box right above his head. I used the long arm loppers to grab the branch, drag it down, shook it into the box, and generally that was a success. You can see, you can probably hear them as well, that very few bees not in the box, so quite pleased with that. In fact, most of the bees seem to be on David's head. I've had to leave David to house the swarm in another hive. He have a meeting at 2 o'clock to go to, which is why I'm in the car now. So David is going to have to finish the job on that one. But when just before I left the house, the swarm, we are pretty certain has been captured. Few remaining bees which were going into the bee box, which is a sign that the queen was in the bee box, and once you got the queen, that's 90% of the job done. So on our livestock allotment we have a hive which is unused on the bee stand, and David will clear that hive out because it was home to a colony last year which died, and he'll clean that out and house the bees in there. Well, first meeting this afternoon is all about how we can get money for voluntary organisations. And in the meantime I'm going to have my lunch because of that bee swarm. It was rather delayed. The second meeting we had was about the Great Exhibition of the North. I have my brochure about it here, which is kicking off on the 22nd of June, and there'll be a whole load of events taking place down on the quayside on that day. But it runs for 3 months until September. It's to showcase northern innovation and culture, and looking forward to it, but my main concern is to make sure that the exhibition actually leaves us with a lasting legacy. In other words, people come up here, they spend lots of money in the economy, so therefore boost jobs and businesses, but after that they see the northeast and they think this is the place to visit, and they come back, and therefore in future years the hotels will be full of people who've previously been to the northeast to the exhibition. So it's not just about the exhibition, it's about all the other tourist and visitor centres that we've got in the northeast, from Alnwick Gardens to Hadrian's Wall to Gibbside in my ward as well. So it's about the economy. While I was at my meetings, David rehoused the swarm in this middle hive, and he tells me that it's settled down quite well. It might see the odd bee coming in and out at the moment, but they're going to be spending a bit of time establishing themselves. Actually, I've got one or two there. And behind me, who was nibbling my bum a moment ago, is Georgina. That's the reason why the camera jumped. Well, it's 7:15 in the evening, and a lovely sunny evening, and what am I doing? I'm actually going to a Lib Dem meeting. This is our Gateshead executive, which is also going to be discussing our strategy for the next year, so should be an interesting meeting.